The world we know is built on a partnership. It's a very old one. It goes back thousands of years to a time of ice and mammoths. The partnership is between us, humans, and dogs. We took the wolf, a competitor, and turned it into a companion. This act changed us as much as it changed them. It gave us guards for our camps, hunters for our parties, and eventually, friends for our homes. Without dogs, our own history would look very different. But what if it wasn't us? What if another species on another evolutionary path had done it first? What if some other intelligence looked at the wolf not with fear or hunger, but with a strange sense of potential? The story of domestication and the world itself would be completely rewritten. Let's imagine a world without Homo sapiens taking center stage. Hominids exist, perhaps. Small groups of Australopithecines, maybe some early Homo species, but they are just another primate in the forest. They are clever, but not dominant. They are not the ones shaping the planet. The dominant species here is something else entirely. They evolved from a different lineage. Think of a creature that descended from ancient bears. Not the bears we know today, but a more generalized, adaptable ancestor. Over millions of years, this line became more intelligent, more social. They are not fully bipedal, but can stand and walk on two legs for a long time. They have heavy bodies, thick fur, and powerful limbs. Their front paws, once used for digging and climbing, have developed a surprising degree of dexterity. They can't nap flint like a human, but they can grasp, manipulate, and use tools. Rocks to crack bones, heavy branches as clubs. Let's call them the Kith. The Kith live in small, tightly knit family groups. They are intelligent, with a complex social structure built on hierarchy, loyalty, and deep family bonds. They communicate with a range of growls, huffs, and body postures. They are formidable creatures. A single adult Kith is stronger than any hominid, but they have limitations. They are heavy and not particularly fast. Their eyesight is good, but their sense of smell, while better than a primate's, is nothing special. They are successful survivors, but they are not masters of their world. They hunt, but they also lose kills to faster, more numerous predators. They live in a state of constant grinding competition. Their main competitor is the wolf. The wolves of this world are much like the ones in ours. They are intelligent, social, and perfectly adapted hunters. They run in packs, communicating silently over long distances. They can track prey for days, harry it, and bring it down through sheer endurance and coordination. The Kith and the wolves occupy the same ecological niche. They hunt the same large herbivores. They often clash over kills. A pack of wolves can drive a small family of Kith away from a carcass. A large, angry Kith can kill a wolf with a single swipe. It's a tense, bloody stalemate that has lasted for millennia. The change begins not with a plan, but with an opportunity. It happens slowly, over countless generations. It starts at the edge of the Kith dens. These dens are usually dug into hillsides or under large rock formations. They are permanent, defended places. The Kith leave their food waste nearby. Bones, scraps of meat, hides. This refuse pile becomes a reliable food source for the bolder, less fearful wolves. Most wolves are driven off. The Kith are territorial and suspicious, but some wolves are different. They are less aggressive, more curious. They learn the rhythms of the Kith family. They learn that keeping a certain distance means safety. They learn that the deep warning growl of a Kith male means back up, but the casual movement of a female means she's just going to get water. The Kith, for their part, begin to tolerate these den wolves. They are not a threat. In fact, they offer a small advantage. The den wolves, being wolves, have incredible hearing and a powerful sense of smell. They bark and howl at the approach of danger, a rival pack of wolves, a massive cave lion, a wandering hominid group. They become an unintentional early warning system. The Kith who tolerate these wolves are more likely to survive an attack. Their young are more likely to reach adulthood. The trait of tolerance, a slight softening of their aggressive territoriality, begins to spread. This is the first step. It's not domestication, it's a truce, a symbiosis born of convenience. The next step is taken by the young. A Kith juvenile, curious and less bound by rigid adult rules, might leave a piece of meat for a wolf pup that has crept close to the den. A wolf pup, born near the Kith den and accustomed to their scent from birth, might not see the giant, furry creatures as a threat, but as a source of warmth and food. Imagine the scene. A young Kith, clumsy and covered in shaggy fur, sits near the den entrance. A wolf pup, equally clumsy, tumbles out of the nearby bushes. There is no aggression. Just mutual curiosity. This interaction, repeated thousands of times over hundreds of years, starts to break down the ancient barrier between the two species. The real breakthrough comes when a kith takes a wolf pup into its den. Perhaps the pup's mother was killed. Perhaps it was abandoned. A kith female, driven by a parental instinct that crosses species lines, brings the small, whining creature into the warmth of the den. The pup grows up among the kith. It learns their sounds, their smells, their social cues. It sees itself not as a wolf living near Kith, but as a member of the Kith family. This first-in dog is a revelation. It doesn't just warn of danger from a distance. It lives with them, it sleeps with them, and when the Kith go to hunt, it goes with them. Suddenly, the Kith have a wolf on their side. They have its nose, its ears, its speed. The den dog can track a scent trail long after it has gone cold for the Kith. It can flush prey from thickets. The Kith can't enter. It can run down a fleeing deer and hold it at bay until the heavy, powerful Kith arrive to make the kill. The hunt is transformed. Kith hunting parties, once reliant on ambush and brute force, become something new. They become a hybrid pack, a fusion of Kith strength and canid senses. Their success rate skyrockets. They bring down more food, larger animals, their families grow larger, healthier. The Kith who hunt with these new partners thrive. The ones who don't are left behind. This is the turning point. The Kith begin to actively seek out wolf pups. They are no longer just tolerating the wolves at their doorstep, they are selecting them. They choose the pups that are friendlier, less fearful, more cooperative. They are, without knowing it, engaging in artificial selection. They are breeding the wolf into something else. This co-evolutionary spiral changes both species profoundly. The Kith change, their brains grow more complex. Managing an interspecies relationship requires a new kind of thinking. They have to learn to understand a creature that communicates differently. They have to interpret tail wags, ear positions, and subtle whines. Their own communication becomes more nuanced to bridge the gap. Their social structures also change. The bond with their canid partners becomes central to their culture. A Kith is not just a hunter, they are a hunter with a hound. A family's status might be determined by the quality of their hounds. The hounds, as they become, change even more dramatically. They are no longer wolves. They diverge physically. Some are bred for size and strength to help pull down massive prey. They become huge, mastiff-like beasts with thick hides and powerful jaws. Others are bred for speed and endurance, sleek creatures that can run for miles without tiring. Some are bred to be small and quick, perfect for flushing out small game or navigating dense undergrowth. A whole spectrum of breeds emerges, each tailored to a specific task required by the Kith. Their minds change too. They become hyper-attuned to the Kith. A hound can read the slightest shift in a Kith's posture, the faintest change in its scent. The bond is telepathic in its intensity. They lose much of their wolfish independence. Their survival is now completely tied to their Kith partners. They are loyal to the point of self-sacrifice. The concept of a lone hound is a tragedy, an aberration. Their identity is found within the Kith family pack. This partnership becomes the engine of a new kind of civilization. It's not a human civilization. There are no cities of stone, no fields of wheat. The Kith never invent agriculture. Why would they? Their hunting methods are so efficient that they have no need to cultivate plants or herd cattle. They are the apex predators of the planet, a perfectly balanced partnership of muscle and senses. Their world remains a wild one, but it is a managed wilderness. The Kith-Hound alliance spreads across continents. They outcompete everyone. The remaining hominids are pushed to the margins, unable to compete with the hyper-efficient hunting packs. They fade away, a minor branch on the evolutionary tree that never got its chance. The gray cats, the cave bears, and they too are pushed back. The Kith and their hounds claim the best territories, the richest hunting ground. Their technology develops along a different path. Without the need for fine motor skill tools like needles or arrowheads, they focus on large-scale engineering. They use their immense strength to move logs and rocks, building dams to create fishing grounds. They construct elaborate fences and corrals, miles long, to funnel migrating herds into killing grounds. Their tools are simple but effective: heavy levers, stone hammers, woven vine ropes. It's a technology of brute force and deep ecological understanding, not delicate craftsmanship. Their society is complex, but it looks nothing like ours. It's organized around vast, interconnected family territories. A territory might cover hundreds of square miles, a carefully managed hunting preserve. Their language is a mix of sounds and an incredibly detailed system of scent marking. They leave complex messages for each other on trees and rocks, messages that their hounds can also read. These messages convey information about prey movements, territorial boundaries, and family lineages. Their culture revolves around the hunt and the bond. Their art, scratched onto rock faces with claws and stone, depicts epic hunts. Not of a lone hero, but of the pack. Kith and Hound working together, a single entity of many bodies. Their legends and stories are about great hounds of the past, loyal partners who saved their Kith families from disaster. The highest virtue in their society is the loyalty between a Kith and its hound. Betraying that bond is the ultimate crime. What does the world they built look like? To a human observer, it would seem like an untouched paradise, a vast wilderness. But it's not. It's a garden tended by a species of bear people and their dog companions. The populations of prey animals are carefully managed. The Kith don't hunt a species to extinction that would be like a farmer eating all his seed corn. They cull the old and the weak, maintaining the health of the herds. They burn sections of forest to promote new growth, creating better grazing land for the animals they hunt. There is no concept of a nation or an empire. There are just territories and the deep instinctual understanding of family and pack. They have conflicts, of course. Territorial disputes can be brutal and bloody. But their wars are fought by small packs, not massive armies, and always the hounds fight alongside their Kith. The intelligence that arises from this world is profoundly different from ours. Human intelligence is individualistic, it's focused on abstract thought, on symbols, on building things. We see ourselves as separate from nature, as its master. We build walls to keep the wilderness out. Kith intelligence is symbiotic. It is rooted in a physical, emotional, and spiritual connection to another species. A Kith's sense of self is not confined to its own body. It extends to its hound. The I for a Kith is often a we. They don't see themselves as above nature. They see themselves as its most effective component. They don't build walls, they manage flows. Their consciousness is shaped by the senses of another creature. They experience the world not just through their own eyes, but through the nose of their partner. Imagine trying to understand a world where scent is as rich and detailed a language as sight is for us. Where you can smell the history of a place, the fear of an animal that passed by hours ago. If we were to encounter this world, we would find it deeply alien, not because of advanced technology, but because of its fundamental worldview. We would see creatures who never had to invent gods to explain the world because they were so deeply embedded in it. They never had to write philosophies about the meaning of life because the meaning was obvious: the pack, the hunt, the bond. They would look at us with confusion. They would see a creature alone, a creature that has dominated its world not through partnership but through conquest. A creature that has surrounded itself with domesticated food sources but has forgotten the art of the true hunt. They would smell our loneliness, our separation from the natural world, and we would look at them and their hounds moving as one through the forest. We would see a Kith place its heavy paw on the head of its hound, and the hound lean into the touch. In that simple gesture, we would see a different path, a path where intelligence didn't lead to separation from the animal world, but to a deeper integration with it. A world where the greatest achievement wasn't a city or a spaceship, but the silent, perfect understanding between two different minds, two different bodies, working together as one. It's a quieter world, a world with less change, less explosive growth, but maybe a world with a deeper sense of balance. A world built not on the power of one, but on the strength of two.